Welcome back, everybody! Because TikTok hates me so much. Don't know why. Here, I get a free trophy. Look at that. God, it's so bright. It's literally drowning out my entire face because I'm so well tanned. Very long drive off. There we go. And that was the Shadows of Rose. So now you know what time it is. Thought time. My thoughts on this. Hold on. Oh, it's just outfits. Okay, so I want to give my thoughts about the whole game, the game as a whole. The only other thing that's really left is Mercenaries, which is just a Mercenaries mode, which I'll probably dig into at some point, but not on stream, unless people really want it. But here are my so we've been for those of you who aren't aware, we've been heading through the entire franchise. We've gotten this far, which marks this is the penultimate game before the final one that has been released until February. So next is Resident Evil 4. Now, as far as what I think of this game compared to the other ones, this has a lot going for it. I liked a lot of things about it. The exploration, the treasure, the introducing four big lords, all of that's really, really good. Ethan is kind of a dum-dum, but I mean, it's still fun to make fun of. He's not as awesome of a protagonist as, say, Leon Kennedy. But this was definitely the Resident Evil 4 of the newer games. It was weird, it was bizarre, but it was also very, very good. I'd say probably my biggest critiques are the combat can still feel sluggish. There were a lot of issues with Shadows of Rose. I want to talk about that a little bit before I let this go. Shadows of Rose had a good start, if a little slow. I think the biggest problems were it was constantly moving the goalposts. It would establish something as that's the way it is, but then it would throw a curveball for just no reason. Would it really have been so horrible if the massive amount of mannequins of Mia still behaved the way they were already established to have behaved? Or do you really have to gank whoever's playing the game that horrifically just to get an extra death? That didn't make a whole lot of sense to me. The combat really hiked up an extra margin when it got to the final showdown with Miranda, and to me, that saved it. Also, I did a lot of the things in the House of Beneviento. The castle started out okay, but then got really, really hampered by just trying to be overwhelmingly difficult and not fun enough. Because it's one thing to have the resources to be able to defeat what's in front of you, and then it's another thing where it's just oh well, we're not going to give you the resources right now, but we'll give them to you during boss fights because we're afraid of soft locking you. I didn't enjoy that first boss fight. I thought it was at that point I was ready to be done, but then it did recover me. I think it's got problems, but Shadows of Rose still is a good experience. I liked it a lot. I think that the setup may have been a little bit better. It was a lot of stuff was obvious. Michael being Ethan, obvious. Kay being not having the best interest of Rose in mind, obvious. I mean, it just was. It did bring up a couple of things that a couple of bits of lore, like the Duke is probably canonically dead, which sucks a lot because I liked him. But all in all, wonderful experience, and I think in general sense, I think that in every every way, it was an improvement over Village was an improvement over Biohazard, which I know a lot of people don't agree with me on, but I think that it is. Even the DLC I think was better than the DLC. Comparing the most comparative one, which is End of Zoe, and comparing Shadows of Rose. Shadows of Rose is the clear winner. There was more extra modes in 7 that this doesn't have, but this has, in my opinion, more replay factor, because like I still am tempted to get back into the game and upgrade my guns all the way and unlock more stuff, whereas Biohazard I was kind of satisfied with how much I got. But anyway, that's where we leave off. That is the end of Shadows of Rose and the end of Village, which means next is the remake of 4, which I'm excited for. But thank you all so much for watching. If you want to check out more, check us out on YouTube, on TikTok, and on Twitch. I need to update Twitch schedule. I know it is entirely wrong, but I will be updating that soon, hopefully, if I ever remember to do it on time. And be sure to look out for the rest of our franchise playthrough of Resident Evil. And then we'll move on to another franchise, maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Thank you all so much for watching, but for now I must depart. But weep not, you creatures, for the night is still young, and I may see you in the next game, in the next stream, in the next world. Bye-bye for now, you creatures, and sleep